You think intelligence is your weapon? You think because you can see further? Think deeper. Understand faster that the world will bow to you. But look around. Look at who's winning. It's not you, is it? It's them. The average. The unremarkable. The ones you dismissed. And that burns, doesn't it? Here's the truth. They never told you. Intelligence is not a gift. Intelligence is a curse, disguised as a blessing. And you've been carrying it like a crown when it's really a noose, tightening around your ambition with every passing year. You were told you were special, gifted, different. They put you in advanced classes, told you that you'd change the world, that your mind was a treasure. And you believed them. You believed that intelligence alone would carve your path, that the universe owed you something because you could solve problems others couldn't even see. But intelligence without action is just noise in your skull. It's paralysis dressed up as contemplation. Watch the average mind. Watch them closely. They don't overthink. They don't spiral into infinite possibilities. They see an opportunity and they move. Simple. Brutal. Effective. While you're calculating every variable, mapping every consequence, trapped in the beautiful prison of your own awareness, they're already 3 steps ahead. Not because they're smarter, because they're moving. You analyze. They execute. You philosophize. They monetize. You see the flaws in everything. They see the opening, and they take it. This is predator versus prey. And you've convinced yourself you're the predator because you're intelligent. But predators don't think themselves to death. Predators hunt, and right now, you're the one standing still, overthinking the hunt while the average mind devours the world you thought belonged to you. Your intelligence showed you too much too soon. You saw the meaninglessness, the chaos, the infinite paths that all lead nowhere. You saw that nothing matters, and instead of finding freedom in that, you found paralysis. The average mind never sees the void. They never question if their actions have meaning. You stacked, and in a world that rewards action over contemplation, they win. You wanted perfection. They wanted progress. You needed to understand everything before you moved. They moved to understand. You saw complexity. They saw simplicity. And simplicity, brutal and unforgiving, always wins in the arena of reality. Let me tell you what intelligence did to you. It made you arrogant and afraid at the same time. Arrogant enough to think you deserved more without earning it. Afraid enough to never risk failure because your identity is wrapped around being smart. And if you fail, what does that make you? So you stayed safe. You stayed in your head. You theorized about greatness instead of building it. The average mind has no such luxury. They can't rely on intelligence to protect their ego. They have to prove themselves through results, through sweat, through repetition, through getting knocked down and getting back up because there's no alternative. They build resilience while you build excuses. Your intelligence became a shield against the discomfort of growth. Every time the world demanded you step into uncertainty, your mind gave you reasons not to. Rational reasons, intelligent reasons. And you listened. You trusted the voice in your head more than the call of your ambition. But the game was never about having the best ideas. It was about executing mediocre ideas consistently until they became undeniable. It was about showing up when you didn't feel like it. It was about being too stubborn to quit when your intelligent mind screamed that it was pointless. The average mind wins because they're comfortable being wrong. They're comfortable looking stupid. They're comfortable failing in public. Your intelligence made you precious. Made you protect your image. Made you wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect conditions. And perfect never came, did it? You've been sitting at the table of potential your entire life, drunk on your own capability, convinced that someday you'll make your move. Meanwhile, the average minds have been stacking wins, building empires from duct tape and determination, becoming everything you thought you were destined to be. This is the forbidden knowledge. Your intelligence is only valuable when it serves action. Without execution, without courage, without the willingness to be misunderstood and look foolish and fail spectacularly, your intelligence is just entertainment for yourself. It's mental masturbation. The world doesn't reward the smartest. It rewards the most committed, the most consistent, the most willing to endure discomfort. And your intelligence, beautiful and brilliant as it is, taught you to avoid discomfort at all costs. You optimized for understanding. They optimized for winning. And winning doesn't require you to understand everything. It requires you to commit to something, anything, and see it through while everyone else is still deciding. So here you are, intelligent, aware, capable, and watching the average minds build the life you convinced yourself you were too smart to chase. Not because they're better than you, because they never let their thoughts become their prison. They never mistook analysis for action. They never confused potential with power. Your intelligence was supposed to be your advantage. Instead, it became your excuse. Your hiding place. Your reason for why not instead of your weapon for why now. The average mind doesn't have the luxury of overthinking, so they underthink and overact. And in the brutal mathematics of reality, execution beats contemplation every single time. You can change this, but only if you're willing to weaponize your intelligence instead of worshipping it. Only if you're willing to be wrong, to be messy, to act before you're ready. Only if you're willing to become the predator you thought you were instead of the prey you've become. The choice is yours, but the clock is ticking. And while you're deciding, they're already moving.